A very good day to all of you students. Today I shall teach you class 10th Political Science Lesson 1. Name of the chapter is Power Sharing. Power sharing means when the power is shared by the three organs of the government, that is legislature, executive and judiciary. When the power is shared at the national, state and local level of government, and when the power is shared among the different social groups, for example, seats are reserved for scheduled caste, scheduled tribe in assembly and parliament, and student power is also shared among the political parties, pressure groups, and the movements. In this chapter, we will go through the ideas of power sharing. We will go through the stories of the Belgium and Sri Lanka, and both these stories are about how democracy handled the demands for power sharing. Our first point is geographical and ethnic composition of Belgium. Geographical composition is that Belgium is a small country in Europe. It is smaller than the area in the state of Haryana in India. And it has border with Netherlands, France and Germany. Its population is near about 1 crore and it is the half population of Haryana state. And then ethnic composition. The ethnic composition of the small country is very complex. 59% lives in the Flemish region and they speak Dutch language. And 40% live in the Wallonia region and they speak French language. And remaining 1% of the Belgian, they speak German. In the capital city, Brussels, 80% people speak French and the 20% are Dutch speaking. Brussels is the capital of Belgium. Belgium is a country of diversity based on the languages, and the Dutch speaking people are in the majority in the country, but in minority in the capital city of Brussels. Next is the geographical and ethnic composition of Sri Lanka. Geographical composition is that Sri Lanka is an island nation. Its population is 2 crore. It is few kilometers off to the Tamil Nadu coast. Next is the ethnic composition. In the ethnic composition of Sri Lanka, the major social groups are Sinhala speakers and the Tamil speakers. Sinhala speakers are 74% peoples and the Tamil speakers are 18%. Again the Tamil speakers are further divided into two groups. One group is Sri Lankan Tamil and second is the Indian Tamil. And Sri Lankan Tamils are those who are natives of the Sri Lanka, and the Indian Tamils are those who are the forefathers and migrated from the India as plantation worker during the colonial period. Sri Lankan Tamils live in the north and east of the country. There are different religions in Sri Lanka, just like Buddhism, Hinduism, Islam and Christianity. There are different social groups, different languages and different religion in the Sri Lanka. That is the geographical composition and the ethnic composition of Sri Lanka. Our next point is majoritarianism in Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka got independence in 1948 and Sinhala community dominate the government, and as a result elected government established the Sinhala supremacy. Our next point is preferences were given to Sinhalas. An act was passed in 1956 and Sinhala was considered as the official language and they disregard the Tamil language. And the government also favored the Sinhala applicants for the university positions, for the government jobs, and new constitution also granted that the state shall protect and foster the Buddhism. These policies of the government increase the feeling of alienation among the Sri Lankan Tamil And students, Sri Lankan Tamil, they felt that the constitution and the government policies denied them equal political rights, and the constitution and government discriminated against them in getting jobs and the other opportunities, and ignored their interest. Student, what happened as a result? The relation between the Sinhala peoples and the Tamil communities strained over for a long time. Lankan Tamil, they started the struggle moments to recognize Tamil as the official language. They wanted to have equal political rights. They wanted to get educations. They wanted to get jobs. So, student, by 1980, many political organizations are formed, and they demanded independent Talimilam states in the northern and eastern part of the Sri Lanka. Student, relations between the Sinhala community and the Tamil communities were strained. These were not good relations. So, student, as a result, it soon turned into a civil war, and as a result of this civil war, thousands of people of both the communities have been killed. Many families were forced to leave the country, and they started to live as a refugee, and many more, they lost their livelihoods. Student, as a result, the civil war has caused a terrible setback to the social, cultural, and economic life of the country of Sri Lanka. Student, our next point is accommodation in Belgium. So, student, in Belgium, there were regional differences, there were cultural differences, and student, between 1970 and 1993, they amended the constitution 4 times so that they can work out an agreement that would be enable to everyone to live together in the same country. So, students, some of the elements of the Belgian models are: first element is that the members of the Dutch and the French speaking minister shall be equal in the central government. They want some special law for the support of the majority of members from each linguistic group. Student, no single community can take any decision, and most of the powers of the central government are given to the state governments, and the state governments are not subordinate to the central government. Student, Brussels is the capital of Belgium, and it has a separate government in which both the communities, French speaking people, Dutch speaking people, both the communities have equal representation. Student, the French speaking people have equal representation in Brussels, and Dutch speaking community, they have a equal representation in the central government. Student, beside the central government and the state government, there was a third kind of government. So that is a community government, and these were elected by the people that belong to the one language community, and there were different languages, student: Dutch language, French language, and the German speaking people. And this third type of government, it has a power regarding the cultural issue, educational issue, and if there is any issue related to the language. And Brussels was chosen as its headquarters. So these are the points, these are the elements of the accommodation in Belgium. Student, I have taught you one part of this chapter. Rest of the things I shall tell you in the next educational video. I think you might have understood. You like it, share it to other students to get education. You subscribe it for my next educational video. Thank you. Have a nice day. God bless you all.